afternoon, everybody, and thank you for joining us. I'm here today with Doug Winget, President of Huntington Business Credit. Thanks for being here today, Doug.
Thank you, and great to be here.
Thank you. We'll start off with the first question. The COVID-19 crisis has impacted business of all sizes. As a middle market bank lender with a national presence, how would you describe your team's priorities when working with the middle market borrowers over the past few months?
Yeah. So this current economic environment and the pandemic has caused very unique challenges in the middle market and with an asset-based lending. And we have worked hand in hand at Huntington Business Credit with the Huntington National Bank middle market team to support them with borrowers that potentially need greater availability, greater liquidity, and financial flexibility through an asset-based lending covenant structure versus a middle market covenant structure, which focuses more on cash flow and leverage.
Has that been uniform across the board for many of the middle market borrowers that you've approached it from that perspective?
Yeah. We've looked to help the middle market borrowers at Huntington. We've looked to help middle market borrowers outside of our current bank. Looking for opportunities for us to help our customers and to help the market with companies that need liquidity and need flexibility. And asset-based lending is a great product for that, with our ability to give higher advance rates and a more flexible covenant structure.
Okay, great. Now, the crisis caused many middle market borrowers to protect their liquidity by drawing down on the asset-based credit lines. Are there alternative liquidity solutions that you've been able to provide borrowers beyond traditional asset-based facilities?
Well, we're working with their PPP program, and we are working them with the customers on allowing them to maximize their asset availability, because this is a very unique time, very unique challenges, and we want to be there for our borrowers at Huntington Business Credit. And for borrowers of the bank within Huntington National Bank that can utilize an asset-based lending structure. So we've been very proactive with our borrowers.
Is the communication level much higher than it's ever been before? And is that something that you see is going to continue on an ongoing basis now that we're in this new normal, as people like to call it?
Oh, yeah. I would say absolutely. I think it's a daily discussion within our group and within Huntington. Because of the pandemic, it did cause very unique issues as far as working remotely. Most, if not all, of our team is working from their homes. And because of that, we've had to work remotely, but we pivoted very quickly. And I think technology today is allowing Huntington Business Credit, and I would say probably most asset-based lending groups, to pivot very quickly to working remotely. And that is enabling asset-based lending to be used in its traditional format. Because technology is today so much more advanced than it was even 15 years ago. We are there for our borrowers and talk to them every day.
Okay. And are the borrowers very receptive to you asking questions? Are they working with you, or do you see any resistance from them because maybe in the past there wasn't as much communication with the ABL provider?
No, I'd say our borrowers are working with us every day, and the communication is as good as it's ever been. It's a very unique economy today. It's very unique issues that there are shutdowns in certain industries, and it's almost a have and have nots market, because certain industries have been affected greatly. They've had to shut their doors, shut their plants, while others are benefiting from certain parts of the market that are really performing well. And so we're there for our customers, whether they need additional liquidity, whether they need additional availability, whatever their challenges are. But a very unique market.
Okay. Now, Huntington Business Credit is a generalist, and you lend in multiple industries. So beyond retail and hospitality, which are the industries we've all been hearing about so much that are being hit the most, are there certain sectors that you feel are experiencing the greatest impact in the middle market from your perspective?
Yeah. So, as I look at this, number one, it becomes everybody buys retail, right? And so the retail industry has been hit very hard due to the fact that they had to shut their doors to their customers. So we have seen opportunities, and we have been very active in the retail refinancing market with ABL structures. And I think that will continue. I think it was already a tough environment for retailers, given the e-commerce trends, given the Amazon effect. And this pandemic has just caused that to accelerate. So, but asset-based lending is a solution. Our industry is very comfortable in Huntington Business Credit. We are very comfortable lending against the inventory of retailers. So with our partners on the appraisal firm side. So we see much of that industry moving toward an asset-based lending solution. Other industries, within asset-based lending that have been affected are consumer goods that sell into retail. They've had to deal with the fact that their customers have shut their doors for a period. So that's where we've seen the greatest effect.
Okay. As a bank lender, what's your outlook for the middle market borrowers as we move into the second half of 2020?
Well, I think as we look at it, there's great uncertainty, and it's a crystal ball that none of us have. But I would say that one good thing is that with the support that's come out of the Fed, that I would say that right now there is liquidity. There is a great liquidity with most of our borrowers, and we're working with our borrowers at Huntington Business Credit. We're working with those borrowers that need liquidity. But the programs that the Fed has used have pumped liquidity into the market in the second quarter. So the third quarter is really, I think, it's going to be a demand issue. It is the customer demand going to be there? So that's going to be down to the consumer level and then on the industry level. So both for B2B businesses and for B2C customers. But I would say, we remain, fairly optimistic that with the Fed support, and if the consumer comes back, that, the economy will be able to turn forward, possibly.
Okay. And that brings up my last question is that the borrowers that you're working with in the middle market, many of them qualified for the PPP program. Have you spoken with many of them about that, and how did they feel about the support that was given by the government? And do you feel that that's going to be something that's really going to help them get over the hurdle that they needed to, as anticipated from the program?
Yeah. So the program at Huntington Bank, we were very active users, and we actively worked with our borrowers to provide $6.7 billion in PPP loans to Huntington customers. Within our group, we provided PPP loans to 2/3 of our direct borrowers, and every one of our borrowers that requested a PPP loan received one. So the program was very enthusiastically received by our customers. I would say that it's a unique program that the market's never seen before. I think all of our customers at this point are happy with, I think, the liquidity that is on their balance sheet. And so, it's going to stem the tide to get to the third quarter. And then I think that's when, we're all going to see, how does the consumer come back? How do businesses come, demand, how does it come back in the third quarter?
Okay. Well, Doug, that wraps up my questions for you today. I do want to thank you for being here with us and for sharing your insights as a major player on the bank side in the middle market. I do hope that you and your team continue to stay safe. And again, thanks very much for being here today.
Thank you very much.